Hello all, I am Dina Wilkie and I will be presenting my product safety report on electric blankets. To start with some history, which was certainly new to me, some point to the first crude electric blanket showing up in the early 1900s and that it was popularized via its use in tuberculosis sanitariums. Then Crowley's was patented in 1936, actually stemming from his design of heated flying suits for World War II pilots. And when the blankets first sold, it was at around $500 in today's money. In the following decades, many models were offered by numerous manufacturers, but it sort of devolved to the point where by 1990, Sunbeam remained as the sole US manufacturer. And where we are here today in 2024, it seems to me there has been what I would call a re-proliferation of products that are available on the market. Here we have a side-by-side visual of a 1947 Universal electric blanket ad, and then one I pulled from Amazon, present day. Technically, household appliances, the federal UL 964 standards regulate electric beddings, and those cover aspects from general use through to their various component parts. And this heated bedding is available in various forms, under blankets or mattress pads, over blankets, which are most commonly used and known as electric blankets here in the US, along with throws and duvets. And for simplicity's sake, I'll continue to refer to them collectively as electric blankets. So yes, these appliances are at a glance like any other bedding, but they have integrated electric heating wires which carry a current to keep the material warm. Naturally, these elements impart some risk of defect and malfunction. Therefore, not all electric blankets are created equal, but they do share some basic features such as those wires integrated within the fabric, along with a plug-in cord, which incorporates either a switch or one or two user-adjustable temperature control units. The temp may be regulated via thermostat, and most connect to a nominal 120 volt AC supply voltage. As for the intended use of electric blankets, their environment is usually residential, some care facility settings. Anyone with personal susceptibility to overheating should refrain from using them. For example, infants and children, diabetics with neuropathy, pets. But when appropriate, they are intended to be used in bed or on a person for warmth and comfort, and they're sometimes touted as therapeutic for ailments such as arthritis. And they are also popular, perhaps now more than ever, due to their cost effectiveness and low energy consumption as a heating option. Modern electric blankets have come to incorporate various improved safety features which their predecessors lacked, such as timers with automatic shutoff, or carbon fiber wire. Despite these developments, the overall level of product safety for electric blankets persists as an arguably troublesome one. The primary hazards associated with electric blankets can be summarized as fire, burns, and electrocution. As documented on the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission website, 3 separate electric blanket product recalls occurred just last year, and this totaled to approximately 422,840 units. Of these products recalled in 2023, the following reports of incidents and injuries were documented. As you can see, the first, BedSure, had significantly more, 137, catching fire, burning, melting, overheating, with minor property damage reported. Those 137 included 17 burn injuries, and one of those 17 second-degree burns. Thankfully, the respective 13 and 9 for Sunbeam and Berkshire were reported without injury. Now, I didn't include any where entire rooms were destroyed, but they're out there. Here are some examples of electric blanket fires. To continue a bit more specifically with some safety hazards, in the decade prior to 2023, CPSC issued yet several other recalls for problems such as heating elements that overheat when a blanket isn't flat, and loose connections that increase the risk of short circuit and subsequent fire. Now, I came across several figures, but I believe this was the highest out there. Law experts claim 14,400 fires are caused annually in the US. So, despite an ostensible prevalence of such recalls and incidents involving contemporarily made products, experts say that 99% of all fires and other accidents related to electric blankets and heating pads are caused by units 10 or more years old. Altogether, these situations indicate potential design or manufacturing defects and a failure to warn consumers. Nonetheless, consumers' improper care and use of electric blankets, which are presumably otherwise reasonably safe, cannot be disregarded. Such products come with, whether sufficiently warned of or not, myriad maintenance requirements. For example, they must be regularly inspected as to their condition, used within rather stringent parameters, etc. Of utmost importance seems to be the widespread guideline of a 10-year service or safe use lifespan of these products. Further, it should be acknowledged that some parties have proffered concerns regarding cancer risks posed by electric blankets, specifically related to the low-frequency electromagnetic fields they emit. Of note, a 2007 study measured a significantly higher prevalence of endometrial cancer in women who used electric blankets for 20 years or more. Of course, further detail is beyond the scope of this report, but the overall correlation has been widely debated. The National Cancer Institute has stated that no such cancer-causing mechanism has been identified. Aside from these carcinogenic concerns, some users may experience skin irritation. Taken together, such exposure potential renders it unsurprising that search engine results for electric blankets return a plethora of law firms seeking to inform consumers and, naturally, offering their legal services. In addition to the aforementioned recalls, there have been a number of class action lawsuits and other litigation stemming from claims of injuries via electric blankets. Now, if there's an A to Z compilation of all legal actions related to electric blankets out there, I could not find it. The search results are quite extensive and were difficult to sift through, but I included here multiple instances I found for the company Sunbeam alone, as you can see. I would say with this record of legal actions and safety concerns, the door remains open for continued damages and lawsuits to follow. I would say it may just be that the utility of electric blankets shall remain sufficient enough to outweigh the potential risks. Thus far, this is evidenced by the fact that so many different products and iterations remain on the market, despite what I would call a dubious history, and therefore the dangers to consumers are rendered acceptable, much like other products with contentious legacies. In conclusion, outdated, defective, misused. Herein lie the enduring electric blanket risk. With an eye on product safety at this present point, the abundance of available products, coupled with a growing demand, one could argue stemming from cost of living crises, warrants continued scrutiny. Skirting any more technologically specific recommendations, which require expertise beyond me, I would just say that perhaps regulatory efforts and design technologies can be improved to mitigate the incidence rates suffered by consumers, regardless of who's deemed liable. I'll end with this graphic from the Electrical Safety Foundation showing some fire prevention tips. And I had lots of references. Here they are. Thanks for watching.